There's a subtle but incredibly powerful truth that can completely change how you interact with women, and honestly, how you show up in life. It's not a pickup line, a tactic, or some hidden body language trick. It's something far deeper, something that influences how people see you, how they treat you, and most importantly, how they feel around you. That thing is frame control. Let's dive in. What is a frame? In psychology, there's a concept called the narrative bias. Our brains are wired to create stories that help us make sense of the world around us. These stories, or frames, are the mental lenses through which we view people, events, and even ourselves. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When two people interact, they're not just exchanging words, they're exchanging frames. Each person has their own internal story about what's going on, what things mean, and what roles each person plays in the situation. In simple terms, your frame is your version of reality. The power struggle in conversation. When a man and a woman interact, especially in the context of dating, it's not just about small talk or flirtation. Under the surface, a silent debate is happening. Whose frame will dominate? Psychologists have shown that the human brain resists holding two opposing frames at once. So when confronted with two versions of reality, the brain will usually adopt the one that feels more solid, more certain, more confident. This is where frame control becomes your secret weapon. If you hold your frame confidently, calmly, and consistently, others will feel it. They will be drawn to it. And often they'll submit to it, even if what you're saying isn't logically stronger. Real-life example. Let's say a woman jokingly says, "You're kind of full of yourself, aren't you?" At that moment, two frames are clashing. Her frame, you're arrogant. Your frame, you're simply confident and comfortable with who you are. Your response determines who wins that frame battle. If you get nervous, over-explain, or act apologetic, you're stepping into her frame. You're agreeing consciously or unconsciously with her version of reality. But if you smile, stay relaxed, or joke back, without feeling the need to justify yourself, you're holding your frame. And that, right there, is extremely attractive. Why holding frame is so attractive? When you hold your frame, you send a powerful, unspoken message. I trust my view of the world. I don't need you to agree with me to feel okay. That kind of inner certainty is magnetic. It shows confidence, presence, and emotional self-sufficiency, all of which women and people in general are drawn to instinctively. You'll notice that the men who consistently do well with women almost always have this quality. They don't flinch. They don't chase validation. They calmly stand in their own story. Frame control is not control freak. Let's clear something up. Frame control is not about dominating conversations or being controlling. It's not about winning arguments or overpowering people. True frame control is quiet power. It's about being so grounded in your sense of self that other people's opinions don't easily knock you off center. That's why it shows up in so many areas of life beyond dating, business negotiations, sports, leadership, even parenting. Anywhere there's social pressure, the ability to hold your frame is a superpower. The reality of dating in the modern world. Today, many women walk around with very strong frames. The culture often encourages them to view themselves as highly desirable, and rightly so. But this also means that they're used to men adapting to their frame. So when they meet a man who doesn't flinch, who doesn't try to impress, and who holds his frame without resistance or aggression, it short-circuits their usual script, creates curiosity, interest, even respect. They'll test you, sure. They'll tease you, challenge you, and try to shift the dynamic. But that's not a bad thing. It's just their way of asking, are you really as solid as you seem? If you pass that test, if you hold your frame, you immediately stand out. Frame control is a life skill. Whether you're on a date, in a business meeting, playing a competitive sport, or just having dinner with friends, frame control matters. It's one of the most powerful tools you can develop because it affects how others treat you, how you feel about yourself, and how you move through the world. So the next time someone tries to impose their version of reality on you, remember this: you don't have to argue. You don't have to explain. You just have to hold your frame. Master this, and you'll not only transform your dating life, but elevate every area of your life. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this.